Okay, first thing we're going to do is remove the fuel tank, and to do that we're going to need 4 tools, one 3/8 ratchet, one 10mm socket, one 3/8 extension, and one pair of needle nose pliers. So the first thing that we need to do is remove these 2 nuts. So I'm going to attach my 10mm socket to the 3/8 ratchet. Make sure that it's turning in reverse. All I need to do right now is just break these loose. Once they're loose, I can remove the socket from the ratchet and use this to turn, and sometimes it's a little bit easier on the fingertips if you do it this way, and quite a bit faster than trying to ratchet this off with the wrench. Okay, once that's done, I'm going to turn the engine around, and I'm going to remove the spark plug cap, and it just pulls off like that. Let it drop down. Now some of you might not have the linkage in here, but what we're trying to do is remove that 10mm bolt right there. So I'm going to take the extension, I'm going to put the 10mm socket on, I'm going to stick it on the bolt, try to be careful of the spark plug under here that you don't crush the porcelain on it. Once I get it loosened up, I just do it by hand. Once I have the 10mm bolt removed, I can wiggle the fuel tank loose. Now, I don't know if you can see this on camera, but there's a hose clamp here, and this thing's kind of tricky because I have to squeeze it together and then twist it at the same time, and it's kind of a tricky move to do. Once that's removed, just release it. Should tighten back up on the hose a little bit. Take my pliers and gently remove the hose. Now, if there's any fuel in your tank at this point, for whatever reason, if you see fluid coming out of there, first thing you want to do is tilt it back away from the petcock right here. All the fluid will settle here. Then, come get me and some paper towels, clean up whatever mess you have, and we'll dispose of whatever's in there properly. Now at this point, fuel tank is removed. I can place my fasteners back in here so I don't lose them. This fuel tank is going to be probably the last thing that we put back on the engine, just because now we can store this all in our box and close the lids down nice. But we're not going to need these for quite a while, so we don't want to lose them. I'm just going to put these back on. And they don't need to be tightened down with a wrench. Just hand tight is going to be great. Now we can store the fuel tank and the engine in our box nicely.